is up, my darling? I hope you're having an amazing Thursday. I hope you have had an amazing week thus far and that the trend continues on into a beautiful week. As always, I always wish you well, sending you love with whatever you're going through right now, whatever path or journey you're on. This is a reminder that you got this. Just gotta spread my little positivity juice before we head into today's topic. And today's topic is going to be honoring your inner child. Now, I don't know if some of y'all knew this out there, but we all have an inner child. Our inner child does not just go away when we grow up and mature into adults. You know when people are like, they want that childlike energy when you play, when you're joyful? That is your inner child. Your inner child is that raw ball of emotion, the one that is in awe of life and is curious and wonders about life and is just reactive to things in the moment. That is our inner child. And I think sometimes, and I'm one of them, I will raise my hand, I think sometimes some of us push our inner child into the closet, we lock the door, and then we chuck the key, never to be seen again, and we just leave them in there and we let them suffer and we forget about them and we forget to nurture and care for the very raw and small and sensitive parts of ourselves, because again, we're so caught up in the busyness of life that we ignore ourselves sometimes. And I think if all of us focused on our inner child more, then we would feel a lot more aligned with ourselves. We would feel like we're taking care of ourselves. We would feel like we are in tune with what is going on inside instead of stuffing it down, putting it in a box, throwing the box away, setting it on fire, and pretending it does not exist. But that doesn't work. Let me tell you from experience, it does not work when you try to stuff down your inner child in a box, because they will come back with a vengeance. They will be revived from the dead and they will be like,
you can't be doing that to me.
it will always come out. And it always comes out in ways sometimes where I'm like, really? Like that had to happen right now? You really had to have a breakdown or a mental tantrum towards somebody who didn't deserve it. And that comes out when we're not honoring our inner child, looking at what they need. How are they feeling right now? Have we checked in with them lately? Are we putting them in the box? Have we taken them out of the box and asked them how we're feeling? It may seem kind of weird sometimes, and honestly, it kind of feels weird in the moment, but I talk to my inner child, and how I do that is I look myself in the mirror. I have one hand on my heart and one hand on my stomach. I am grounded, both feet on the ground, flat on the ground. I am centered, and I ask my inner child what they need. I ask, how can I help? I talk to myself as if I were the younger version of me. I literally picture the younger version of me and do whatever I can in order to honor her in the moment. Sometimes that looks like just fucking crying, okay? Like straight up sobbing, and I don't even know why I'm sobbing. Sometimes it looks like maybe I want to indulge in some chocolate or some good food that I enjoy. Maybe it looks like I want to watch TV or a YouTube video, or like crawl up in my bed with my snuggie blanket and my stuffed animal and just like lay there and do nothing. Sometimes it looks like I want to do some work. So like it just depends on what your inner child needs in that moment and asking her or him or they or whatever what they need. And I think having those check-ins with yourself, with your inner child specifically, just allows things to flow better. You know, you're not resisting anymore how you're feeling. You're being open, you're being vulnerable, you're being authentic. And then you can move through that feeling rather than it lingering in the background and then you're dragging it along with you into the days and weeks and months and then maybe even perhaps years. And that's how like people don't really get out of situations, is when you're not addressing what's going on underneath the surface. And I know that was a lot. And it's not something that's just gonna happen like that, okay? It's going to be a process. Like I am very much still in this process. Sometimes I just like, she's in the closet. You know, she's been in the closet for weeks and I'm like, oh, you were in the closet. I'm very sorry that I left you there, but now it's time to come out. Now it's time to air the dirty laundry, so to speak, and talk about it with myself. And you should do this in a place where you feel safe, maybe when you're gonna be uninterrupted. So, you know, your mom or your dad or your family member or whatever doesn't like pop in and you're like looking at yourself in the mirror and you look all weird or whatever. You're not gonna look weird, but they may perceive it as weird. But yeah, maybe do it in a place where you feel safe, where you're gonna have uninterrupted time, and just try it. Doesn't have to be for a long time. Could literally just be maybe a couple seconds of staring with your hand on your heart and your stomach, feet grounded, present, centered, and just have a second where you're connected with yourself. And I think it's a daily practice. You know, it's not just something that you do once and then you're over it. It's something that you have to do on a daily basis in order to make sure that you're always in tune with your inner child and what they want. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it gave you something to think about. I hope that that you try it today. Please try
Could you
it. Even if for like a
please?
second. Just 1 second. That's all I'm asking. 1 second. You can do that. I know you have 1 second out of your day where you can put your hand on your heart and your stomach and just connect with yourself. So I hope it helps. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday and a great rest of your week. And until next time, bye. Shut